I am going to demonstrate here how to cast on and begin the Tachyon pattern. I'm going to start with a demonstration of Judy's Magic Cast On, which is abbreviated to JMCO. Note that the way that I do JMCO is a little different from the original publication. So I'm going to show you, all right, so JMCO is a 2-strand cast on. So you got to have a tail long enough. This is just, it's just a 16 stitch cast on. So I don't know, maybe 8 inches should be fine. Please note the short tail is going over the front of the bottom needle. And I'm going to hold it like this. So this is the short tail over my thumb. This is the ball end over my forefinger. Starting on the bottom needle, we're going to take the thumb and swing it through and over. And now we have 1 stitch on each needle. And now we're going to continue that 7 more times. So forefinger through the middle and over the bottom, thumb through the middle and over the top. Forefinger through the middle, thumb through the middle. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, now I like to start on the bottom needle so that I can end on the top needle, because then I just rotate around like this, and here's the yarn coming from the ball, which is what I want to continue working with. So here's the end. We don't need to secure it or anything. I mean, I suppose if you want, you can tie a knot, but then you'll just have to untie it later. So since I'm working with magic loop, I'm just gonna pull out the bottom needle like this, and then I'm gonna knit back and forth to knit a tab. And here's gonna be the provisional edge of the cast on. All right, so slip the first stitch, and it's gonna be a total of 9 rows from provisional cast on to the end of the tab. So this will be the 3rd, right? Now, here's a little bonus demo. I'm gonna show you how I go, rather than purling, I actually knit the other direction. So that's what I'm gonna demonstrate here. I like to continue to hold the yarn in one hand in the same position and just go back and forth and have the right side of the fabric facing me. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's row 5. Okay, here's row 9. So we're gonna go to the end there. Each time I start a new row, I slip the first stitch, and that's gonna give us the edge to pick up on. All right, so now here's our tab, which is gonna be the base of the Banditoe for Tachyon. So now that we have our tab, we are going to pick up the edge stitches and knit all the way around. And here I need to take a moment to demonstrate the end result of the edge technique I'm gonna show you. So on my blog, there's a post for the My Edge technique, which is something I came up with. Here is the inside of my edge, which you see it's really flat. Here is the inside of the edge if you use the traditional pickup technique, which, as you can see, leaves a very noticeable seam. So now I'm going to demonstrate how to pick up those edge stitches on this little tab. You have a total of 9 rows, starting with the cast on provisional edge to the other edge. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches you're going to pick up, and you're going to pick up the bottom loop of these edge stitches, just like so. So they sit onto the needle like regular stitches. When you pick up the 4th one, take note, this is the same stitch through which the working yarn last was knitted. So you're gonna basically knit that stitch twice. Okay, now you've picked up your 4 edge stitches, rotate back around to the right side, and we're going to knit through the back of each of these loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, you've now picked up one edge of the Banditoe. Now that you have picked up the first edge of the Banditoe tab, we're gonna work across the 8 stitches. Now these are the provisional cast on stitches, right? So we're just gonna work straight across those 8 stitches. All right. Now we're gonna pick up the next 4 stitches. Same as we did before, flip it around to the other side and pick up the inside loop of each of these stitches. There, 1, 2, 3. There's a slight half stitch jog here. Don't worry about it. You can, and for this last one, you can pick up either leg. I'm gonna pick up the top leg. All right, now we're gonna work each of these through the back loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we have a total of 24 stitches in the round. And if you look at this tab, you see it's kind of like, it's oriented a little bit weird on the needles. So we are gonna reorient that in the next round. So next step is to knit almost 1 full round. We're gonna stop 2 stitches shy of the end of the round. Actually, you know what? Here, for reference, let's take the tail and loop it through so we see where we're starting this round, okay? 1. Okay. So there's 2 stitches left here. See, here's where we started that round. We're going to stop here and we're gonna shift those next 2 stitches onto we're gonna group them with the next. We're gonna have to make that adjustment over here on the other side as well. So let's just go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take these 2 stitches on the end and I'm gonna scoot them over to the next group. So now what we have is a band in the middle. These are the stitches, these are the edge stitches. Remember we picked up 4 edge stitches, so those are now split between the halves here and here.